Imagine standing at the crossroads of life, where every moment presents a choice. To the left, a path of reaction, where emotions and impulses dictate our every move, leading us down a road of chaos and uncertainty. We've all been there, feeling like a leaf blown about by the winds of circumstance, helpless to control our destiny. We react to the world around us, often without thinking, and wonder why our lives don't seem to be going as planned. We feel like victims of our own emotions, at the mercy of every whim and fancy that comes our way. But what if you could break free from this cycle of reactivity? What if you could choose a different path, one that leads to a life of purpose, fulfillment, and inner peace? A life where you're in control of your thoughts, emotions, and actions, and you're living in alignment with your highest values and aspirations. To the right, a path of response, where wisdom and intention guide us toward a life of virtue and excellence. This is the path of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has empowered individuals for centuries to thrive in adversity and find serenity amidst chaos. The Stoics understood that true strength lies not in our ability to react, but in our ability to respond, to choose our actions, our thoughts, and our emotions, even in the face of challenge and uncertainty. Join me on this journey as we delve into the heart of Stoicism and discover how its timeless wisdom can help you navigate life's challenges with greater ease, resilience, and grace. If you find value in our journey, please hit the subscribe button and watch until the end, and let's walk the path of response together and uncover the secrets to living a life that truly reflects your highest ideals and aspirations. Along the way, we'll explore the principles of Stoicism and learn how to apply them in our daily lives so that we can live with greater intention, purpose, and fulfillment. Welcome to Stoic Control, where timeless truths meet everyday life. Understanding react versus respond. The Stoics believed that the key to living a life of virtue and wisdom lies in understanding the distinction between reacting and responding. While we can't control external events, we can control how we interpret and respond to them. This subtle yet profound insight is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. Reacting is often an impulsive and emotional response to a situation. It's a knee-jerk reaction that occurs without much thought or consideration. When we react, we allow our emotions and circumstances to dictate our actions, rather than taking a step back to think critically and make a deliberate choice. On the other hand, responding is a thoughtful and intentional act. It involves taking a moment to pause, reflect, and consider the situation before choosing a course of action. When we respond, we're able to think clearly and make a decision that aligns with our values and goals. The Stoics teach us that we should focus on what's within our control, rather than getting caught up in external circumstances. This means letting go of our attachment to specific outcomes and instead focusing on our own actions and reactions. By doing so, we can cultivate a sense of inner strength and resilience that allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease. Embracing this wisdom requires us to anchor ourselves in our own reason and choices. It means recognizing that we have the power to choose how we respond to any given situation. We can choose to react impulsively, or we can take a step back and respond thoughtfully. By choosing to respond rather than react, we can take ownership of our actions and decisions, live in alignment with our values and goals, cultivate inner strength and resilience, make more intentional and thoughtful decisions, improve our relationships and communication with others. In essence, the Stoic philosophy encourages us to be mindful of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and to make deliberate choices that align with our highest values and aspirations. By doing so, we can live a life of greater purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. 2. Strategies for training the mind. To develop a responsive mindset, we'll explore various strategies that draw from modern psychology and Stoic philosophy. These strategies will help you cultivate a mindset that is intentional, thoughtful, and aligned with your values and goals. By the end of this discussion, you'll have a comprehensive toolkit to help you pause, assess, and respond thoughtfully to life's challenges. 1. Cultivating mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment, without judgment or distraction. It involves paying attention to your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations, and accepting them as they are. By cultivating mindfulness, you'll be better able to recognize your thoughts and emotions and respond to them in a thoughtful and intentional way. 2. Identifying why responding matters. Understanding why responding matters is crucial to developing a responsive mindset. When you respond thoughtfully, you're able to communicate more effectively, build stronger relationships, and make better decisions. By identifying why responding matters, you'll be more motivated to cultivate a responsive mindset and make it a habit. 3. Expressing emotions constructively. Emotions are a natural part of the human experience, but they can also be a source of conflict and confusion. By learning to express your emotions constructively, you'll be able to communicate more effectively and build stronger relationships. This involves recognizing your emotions, understanding their source, and expressing them in a way that is respectful and thoughtful. 4. Keeping the bigger picture in mind. Keeping the bigger picture in mind involves considering the long-term consequences of your actions and decisions. By taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture, you'll be able to make more informed decisions and respond more thoughtfully to life's challenges. 3. The power of self-awareness and the pause. The practice of self-reflection and the power of pause. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the concept of self-awareness, which highlights the significance of introspection and understanding our inner world. By cultivating self-awareness, we gain the ability to recognize our emotional reactions and choose a more thoughtful response. This is a game changer in our personal and professional lives, as it allows us to respond to challenging situations more mindfully and align with our values. The simple act of pausing, even if only for a brief moment, is a powerful tool in this process. It gives us the opportunity to step back from our initial impulses and tap into our inner wisdom. In this pause, we can reflect on our thoughts and emotions and consider a more intentional response. This pause is a chance to consult our inner Stoic and ask ourselves questions like, what is the best course of action here? Or how can I respond in a way that aligns with my values? By incorporating self-awareness and the power of pause into our daily lives, we can begin to respond more thoughtfully to challenging situations. We can start to see things more clearly and make decisions that align with our values and goals. We can become more intentional and purposeful in our actions and live a life that truly reflects who we are and what we stand for. Imagine being able to approach difficult conversations with confidence and clarity, knowing that you've taken a moment to pause and reflect on your thoughts and emotions. Imagine being able to make decisions that align with your values and goals without being swayed by impulsive reactions. This is the power of self-awareness and the pause. So, take a moment to pause and reflect on your thoughts and emotions. Ask yourself what you can learn from this moment and how you can respond in a way that aligns with your values. By doing so, you'll be harnessing the power of self-awareness and the pause and taking the first step towards living a more intentional, purposeful life. As you practice self-awareness and the power of pause, remember that it's a journey, not a destination. It takes time and practice to develop this skill, but the rewards are well worth it. With patience, persistence, and an open mind, you can cultivate the self-awareness and intention. 4. Reframing perspectives and focusing on what we can control. Have you ever found yourself stuck in a cycle of negative thinking, feeling overwhelmed and powerless in the face of challenging situations? It's easy to get caught up in this pattern, but what if you could break free and approach these situations with a newfound sense of clarity and purpose? That's exactly what we'll be exploring in this section. We'll discuss how reframing our perspective can reduce emotional charge and reveal alternative ways to engage with challenging situations. By focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't, we learn to invest our energy wisely and respond actively to our thoughts and actions. Think about it. When we're faced with a difficult situation, our initial reaction is often one of resistance or frustration. We might feel like we're at the mercy of circumstances, powerless to change the outcome. But what if we could shift our perspective and see things differently? What if we could focus on what we can control, rather than getting bogged down in what we can't? By reframing our perspective, we can begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. We can start to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, and let go of what we can't control. External circumstances, other people's behavior, the outcome. This simple shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating, allowing us to invest our energy wisely and respond actively to our thoughts and actions. Imagine being able to approach challenging situations with a sense of curiosity and wonder, rather than fear and resistance. Imagine being able to see the opportunities for growth and learning in every difficulty, and to focus on what you can control, your own thoughts, emotions, and actions. This is the power of reframing perspectives and focusing on what we can control. As we explore this concept further, remember that it's a practice that takes time and patience to develop. It's not always easy to shift our perspective and focus on what we can control, but with consistent effort, we can cultivate this skill and transform our lives in the process. The first step is to recognize that our thoughts and emotions are not always reflective of reality. Often they're based on our perceptions, biases, and past experiences. By acknowledging this, we can begin to separate facts from interpretations and reframe our thoughts in a more constructive light. For instance, let's say you're facing a difficult situation at work. Your initial reaction might be to feel stressed, anxious, or powerless. But what if you could reframe your thoughts and focus on what you can control? You might ask yourself, what are the facts of the situation? What are my thoughts and emotions about the situation? What can I control in this situation? What actions can I take to address the challenge? By reframing your perspective, you can begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. You can focus on what you can control, your thoughts, emotions, and actions, and let go of what you can't control. External circumstances, other people's behavior, or the outcome. This simple shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating, allowing you to invest your energy wisely and respond actively to your thoughts and actions. You'll start to see that you have the power to choose how you respond to challenging situations rather than simply reacting to them. As you practice reframing perspectives and focusing on what you can control, remember that it's a skill that takes time and patience to develop. Be gentle with yourself and don't be afraid to make mistakes. With consistent effort, you can cultivate this skill and transform your life in the process. 5. Implementing response over reaction in daily life. As we navigate the complexities of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in reactive impulses. We might find ourselves reacting impulsively to challenging situations without taking the time to consider the consequences of our actions. But what if we could cultivate a lifestyle where responding thoughtfully overshadows reactive impulses? By embracing the mindfulness practices and Stoic insights we've explored, we can do just that. We can learn to pause and consider the broader perspective, reflecting on our responses and their impact on ourselves and others. We can establish daily practices that reinforce the art of responding, such as journaling to reflect on our responses and embracing a mindset of continuous learning and adaptation. Let's start with the practice of pausing. When we pause, we create space to consider the broader perspective. We can ask ourselves questions like, what are the potential consequences of my actions? Or, how might my response impact others? By taking this moment to pause, we can begin to respond more thoughtfully and intentionally. Next, let's explore the practice of journaling. Journaling allows us to reflect on our responses and identify patterns and areas for improvement. By writing down our thoughts and feelings, we can gain valuable insights into our motivations and behaviors. This can help us refine our responses and make more intentional choices. Finally, let's discuss the importance of embracing a mindset of continuous learning and adaptation. When we approach life with a growth mindset, we're more likely to see challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. We can ask ourselves questions like, what can I learn from this experience? Or how can I adapt and improve my response in the future? By implementing these daily practices, we can cultivate a lifestyle where responding thoughtfully overshadows reactive impulses. We can learn to approach challenging situations with greater ease and clarity, and live a life that aligns with our values and goals. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. It takes time and practice to develop the skills of responding thoughtfully, but the rewards are well worth it. So let's continue to explore ways to implement response over reaction in our daily lives. Another key practice is to focus on the things that we can control, rather than getting caught up in things that are outside of our control. When we focus on what we can control, we can take action and make intentional decisions that align with our values and goals. Additionally, we can practice self-compassion and acknowledge that it's okay to make mistakes. When we make mistakes, we can learn from them and use them as opportunities for growth and improvement. By being kind to ourselves and acknowledging our humanity, we can respond more thoughtfully and avoid getting caught up in reactive impulses. We can also practice gratitude and focus on the things that we are thankful for. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we can shift our perspective and approach challenges with a more positive and hopeful mindset. Finally, we can practice mindfulness and presence in our daily lives. When we are present and mindful, we can respond more thoughtfully and intentionally. We can pay attention to our thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations and make choices that align with our values and goals. By implementing these practices, we can cultivate a lifestyle where responding thoughtfully overshadows reactive impulses. We can live a life that aligns with our values and goals and approach challenges with greater ease and clarity. The journey from reaction to response is a transformative one, beckoning us toward a deeper engagement with our inner selves and the external world. As we embrace Stoic wisdom, we begin to see the world in a new light. We realize that true strength lies not in reacting impulsively, but in responding thoughtfully. We learn to focus on what's within our control, to act with reason, and to strive for virtue. As we walk this path, we empower ourselves to navigate life's challenges with greater equanimity and purpose. We become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and we learn to align them with our values and goals. We discover the power of pausing, reflecting, and choosing our responses, rather than simply reacting to circumstances. Remember, every moment is a choice, a chance to embody the calm, resilience, and wisdom of Stoicism. Every moment is an opportunity to respond rather than react. May your journey forward be enriched with clarity, virtue, and peace. Thank you for joining me today and being a part of Stoic Control, where timeless truths meet everyday life. If you found this content valuable, express your support by liking and subscribing. Your thoughts and reflections are welcome in the comments below. Make sure to check out one of the suggested videos on the screen for more insights. Stay courageous, stay compassionate, and keep spreading love and kindness. As you continue on your Stoic journey, remember that it's a path that requires patience, persistence, and self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself, and don't be afraid to make mistakes, for it's through our mistakes that we learn and grow. Keep in mind that Stoicism is a journey, not a destination. It's a way of living, not a set of rules or dogmas. It's a path that requires effort, dedication, and commitment. Until next time, stay resolute and purposeful.